guess we should start now. Like we've waited a long time. Let's start. Bhavya? So hi guys. Let me start by introducing myself. As you all know, I am the GDSC lead Bhumika Chopra and I'm from third year. So let's start. Let me start by telling you about GDSC. I know most of you know what GDSC is right now, but a brief introduction. GDSC is a community for the students who are interested in Google technology because a lot of technologies are coming nowadays and we all have to be updated with it. So let's create a community for getting to know more about it. So that's where GDSC comes. It will help you create bridge a gap between the college life and the new technologies that are coming, so you can be up to date in the community. That's what GDSC is going to help you in. Moving forward, GDSC is also going to help you in making connections because since it's an open community and everybody is welcome in this community, GDSC is going to help you make connections, find people in the domains that you are interested in, get guidance from us or people or the other members of the community because everybody knows something better than us. So learning from our peers are going to be quite an interesting fact. Plus, you get to learn quite a lot of things from GDSC as well. We have Android study jams, we have workshops on web, we have workshops on ML and cloud. So they are going to be quite interesting when you learn about them. So and also the best part about GDSC is free for everybody. It's open for all. Everybody can join, be a part of the community, contribute to the community, and do the best for themselves and for the community as well. Because giving back to the community is something we focus on quite a lot. So that's something that's a plus for everybody here. Let's move forward, and I think we should start by introducing the team. You know me, I am Bhumika Chopra, and I am an Android developer. I'm into competitive programming as well. In Android, I'm a native Android developer. I work in both Java and Kotlin, and other than that, I have a hobby of reading books. I'm into fiction quite a lot, and I love to paint. So then next we'll move on.
Hello everyone. My name is Saurav Agarwal and I am the technical head this year. Basically, I'm a web developer and my tech domain is Mean Stack. And apart from that, I have, some experience in Django too. And I also have experience in Flutter. And coming to the interest, yeah, I love watching anime. So informal beat यार अगर anime की भी हो तो मजा आएगा. Okay, coding के अलावा. So yeah.
So, hello everyone. Myself, Sahil, where I'm a senior web developer this year for GDSC. I'm a MERN stack developer, a C++ programmer, and I love to participate in hackathons because they are the major source for getting experience in the tech industry. Right? We make connections. We got a lot of things from that. So, yeah, this is about me. Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Ishar. A lot of people know me. A lot of don't. Uh, so I build for web, particularly in front end and back end, and I thrive inside Node and React world. I love it. Second thing I like apart from tech is ranting. I rant about everything and anything. And third thing is I like badminton. So anyone who wants to play badminton, hit me up anytime. And again, anything for web, contact me or Vabya or Sahil. Anything. Okay, on to the next.
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Navid. I'm a full stack Web3 developer and I'll be your blockchain mentor for this year. Apart from building for web, I also like to play football and music. So if you guys are interested in that, you can also hit me up for that. Yeah.
Guys, Navier is a blockchain service को पूछना सब कुछ.
So, hi guys. I am from third year IT department. My name is Sauram, and I'm the Android developer for this year. And I'm really interested in open source contributions. As you all know, this is a community. We all need to contribute. Also, I'm really into chess and basketball. If you have anything, yeah, you can come up to me. If you have any Android doubt specifically, you can always ping me on LinkedIn. I'll be there to answer your queries.
So hey everyone, my name is Suraj and I am going to be your ML head for this tenure. So my hobbies are watching anime, playing football and breaking my body parts as usual. Uh, so if anybody has any doubts regarding how to go about ML, how to start learning it, you can hit me up. And yeah, or for anime recommendations as well. Thank you.
Guys, I think Rajat won't be able to join us today. So Rajat is a Flutter developer. He's into Golang and he is working in some web systems as well. So hit him up for all the Flutter knowledge. Other than that, he is into anime and he's quite a hackathon lover. He loves to give back to the community as well. So that's about Rajat. He'll be there for the next season for sure.
So, hey everyone, I am your cloud mentor for this year. I am in fourth year IT department. I am an DevOps and cloud enthusiast, and I love to explore the technologies in the open source. And yeah, so we can connect on LinkedIn. You can ping me for anything cloud, DevOps, or related to programming also. So yeah, that's about now.
So Tanya is also not going to be joining us. She is a full stack developer and she is a competitive programmer this year. She'll be, if you want some guidance in competitive programming and how to start with DSA and all the stuff, hit up Tanya for that. And so is Dishant. He is also not available today. He is our open source mentor and he is into iOS development as well. He is there for open source and he is into ML as well. So if you have some doubts related to that, and Suraj is not available for sure, then hit Dishant up for that. I know. Arnav, you are on mute. Let's move on. We'll get back to Arnav soon.
Hello.
Yeah, you're
So,
audible
hi.
now.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Myself Arnav Gupta. I am the creative design head for this tenor. I'm a front end developer, and recently I'm working on some back end Django, basically Django. And if I'm also a content creator. So, if you have any doubts regarding anything, you can ping me on LinkedIn, and you can also check out my YouTube channel. So, that's all about me.
Aditya is also not here, I guess. Is he? So moving on, Aditya is a graphic designer. He's quite into graphic designing and he is into UI and UX designing as well. So he's working with Figma and he'll most probably go into front end soon. So if you have any queries and anything related to that, Aditya is the guy.
Hi everyone, I am Jia Verma and the graphic designer for this tenure. I am into Java and I'm learning DSA right now. And except for that, I love reading and writing. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Vikas here. So I'm your visual editor for this year. So as you know, graphics are the first phase for any event. So hit me up with your creative ideas and any new things that can be done in visual editing. So I mostly use Premiere, After Effects, and Canva. So hit me up if you have any ideas or new thing that can be done in the editing field.
So, hi everyone, I'm Bhavya. I'll be working as outreach head for this year. So, what exactly my work involves is to reach out to different communities, different organizations that help us organize various events for you guys, like meetups or maybe hackathons even. So, instead of that, I am an aspiring web developer. I like to experiment around with React and Next.js. So, and in my free time, I am reading some non-fiction books, listening to podcasts, and right now I'm watching House of the Dragon. And I hit me up on Twitter or LinkedIn if you want to jam about House of the Dragon or anything related to it.
So hello everyone, this is Anish Goel. I'm currently learning full stack. So basically, not as much as these dates we are sitting with. So we will be learning together. And before offline meet, we can obviously meet in the basketball court. I will be found there currently. And anime, yes, as I can see from the comments, yes, it was a big criteria, I guess, for selection.
I guess Daksh is also not available. So like that.
Unmute for
Yeah, so hi guys, I am Daksh. I will be the event manager for this year. Coming to my tech domain, I am an Android developer, and in free time, I love writing or playing badminton. So that's all from me. Thanks, guys.
Hi guys, my name is Aaron Mathur, and I am an active React and cloud developer. In my free time, I really love to watch Brooklyn Nine Nine. So like if anyone can do it, do it me up.
So Rohan is our content writer. He's assisting us with the content and all the posts you see. It's from Rohan's side. He is a Java programmer. He's also in third year and he loves to write quite a lot. So that's about Rohan.
Hey guys, I'm Dhruv Chopra. I'm also the content writer for this year. And I have been learning machine learning and deep learning. And my free time, I like to do reading, basketball, and Netflixing.
So guys, this year the timeline is going to be around. We'll be starting with Android. Soon we'll be introducing Android study jams for you. We'll be guiding you in Android. Then later we'll move on to cloud, and then we'll follow to into TensorFlow and Flutter, and we'll plan accordingly. So this is the how the timeline is going to be. And in between Flutter and TensorFlow, we'll be also working into solution challenge. Solution challenge is basically a world like all over GDSCs plan this where all the GDSCs participate and we create and build stuff, and it's a high level hackathon and you must have participated last year as well. So do participate this year. So let's move on. Like we all said, that Anjali is going to join us today. She's an MLH fellow this year and she was interning in Credit Suisse. So she'll be guiding us in how her journey was and how you want to be an MLH fellow. So let's call Anjali for her talk.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Bhumika, for giving this introduction. So, good evening, everyone. Let me start with my brief introduction. So, my name is Anjali Saxena, and I'm a final year student. I have interned at Credit Suisse this summer and been the part of MLH Prep Fellowship Program for the April month. Apart from this, I've also been the part of DSC MAIT core team in the past and Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador. I have keen interest in building projects that can address some social serious concerns, and I've been working in this direction by developing some projects and participating in the hackathons. Talking about my journey, I would say like I started off with learning DSA my first year, and then I moved towards the development. I basically like to develop projects in the Python tech stack. So basically, I use Django and Flask for the development purpose. Apart from that, in my second year, I participated in more than 10 hackathons, from where got to know many things about development, and also while I was exploring the different hackathons, I came to know about this Major League Hacking organization. So from there, I got to know about this MLH fellowship program. MLH fellowship is basically of like there are two kind of program. If I tell you about that, so one is the prep fellowship and the other one is the main fellowship. So the prep fellowship is only for 3 weeks and that is unpaid, but if you get selected into the main fellowship, that is for the tenure of 3 months, and there you are paid for your contributions in the open source. So I was the part of MLH prep fellowship program, to be specific. uh, in the MLH fellowship, you get to learn about how you just get to like contribute in open source. So I would say even if you are a beginner, that doesn't matter. You just need to be proficient in development, and you are good to go. You can join the program and you get to learn a lot of things there. If I talk about the process about the fellowship, so uh, I got to know about this MLS Prep Fellowship and I started applying for that. So for the application purpose, you need to fill a certain form, and it is like open all year round because they have different batches. So you can apply for any of the batch, and then if your application gets selected, you are called for the phone screening round. That is basically a 10 to 15-minute call that checks your basic eligibility and motivation towards joining the program. After that, if you are done with like you qualify with your screening round, then you can simply you are called for that technical round. For technical round, that is the main part of the selection process. So while applying for MLS Prep Fellowship or the main program as well, you need to submit a code sample along with your application. So during the technical round, you are not asked to code anything. You are simply asked to present your code, whatever you have submitted with the application. So whenever preparing your application, you should be very much aware of whatever you are submitting. You should be thorough with your projects, why you are using certain tech stack, why you are writing any line of code, because they don't ask you to present your project. They basically ask you to take them through your code sample, your whatever you have written. So they can simply stop you anywhere and can ask why you have written this line, like what is the significance, how you can improve it in future. So these are some things. Apart from MLH Prep Fellowship, as I mentioned, I was interning at Credit Suisse this summer. So telling you about that, it was kind of off-campus opportunity that I got to know. Uh, if you want to like join Credit Suisse as an intern, so there's one coding challenge that Credit Suisse organize every year, that is called GCC, Global Coding Challenge, that was organized in around October. So if you do well in that challenge, and if you are among the top performers, so you will get the opportunity to interview for the internship. And if you clear that interview rounds, you are selected for 2 month summer intern, or maybe the 6 month intern if your college permits. That I don't think our college permits in third year. So you are selected for that internship. So this was a very quick intro or of my journey. I would love to answer your questions, because talking about my journey, I think it would be a bit monotonous. So if you have any questions about any specific program or about my internship or any other thing, you can just pop up the questions and I would love to answer that.
Thank you, Anjali, for your insights about the MLH Fellowship and also about the internship at Credit Suisse. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat here. And okay, yeah, Bhumika, you would like to take this?
Yeah, like any questions you have, do hit us up with it. Anjali is here, she'll be taking your doubts on MLA or how to prepare for your internships and everything.
Yeah, so one more news that we like to share is like MLH has this Global Hack Week going on, and we are excited to share that GDSC MAIT will be participating as a guild for this event. And if you guys have any questions about that, so Major League Hacking, as Anjali said in the meet, that it's an organization that does a lot of things in the tech space. One of that being this Global Hack Week event, which likes to talk about different technologies and also hosts workshops in the field as well. So we GDSC Meet will be participating as a guild. By that I mean like you can take part in events together and earn some points. And if you do, like if you submit those demos and projects as well, you can you can also get some swags as well. So yeah, it's a great opportunity if you're looking to get started with something new and also learn more about it. Yeah.
So first of all, I like to add on something to it. So the MLH like Guild Week is already going on. It has started on 10th of September and it will last till 17th of September. If you want to get access to the link, you can go to our Discord announcements channel and you will find the link there. So yeah, thank you.
So guys, any question for Navid, for Anjali? Okay. Akhil is asking something. Process of Android. So Shorim, over to you.
Yeah, sure. So, guys, you must be knowing about Android study jams, right? We basically teach, or we, it is a community learning process. We together learn what Android is. This concept is similar to that, and it should not sound like a class. That is why it is not a composed class and a composed camp. We are here to, learn together and have some fun, create some apps. So what in Android compose camps, we'll be learning about the basics Android framework, the languages used, the older yeah. So first of all, I should let you know what compose stands for. What happened till now is that in Android we used XML for drawing the UI. But recently, you must see that in a lot of languages, in a lot of recent languages, what we are doing is we are shifting towards declarative programming to create UI. For example, iOS does that, Flutter does that, and so that's why Google also decided to introduce this in Android. And in Android now we have Jetpack Compose. What it does is Jetpack Compose is basically a small framework. What it does is that it takes your Kotlin code and convert it into a UI. So if I go back to the previous approach, the XML one, what we did in XML was we used tags similar to HTML or CSS and created the UI. But now with the help of Compose, we are basically using functions. For example, there are many composable functions we'll be teaching you. We use those functions to create a UI, an intuitive one. So yeah, we will be using Jetpack Compose, building an application also. In these Compose camps, it will good exposure for you. We'll provide you an on-hands coding experience with Android. We'll be introducing you to the Android framework. When we will build an application, you will have an opportunity to contribute in that application on GitHub, obviously. And yeah, for the next 1 month, we'll be busy doing these Android Compose camps. If you guys have any doubt regarding these Compose camps, Android, anything.
We'll be starting with the compose camp soon. On 16th, we'll be having our first session. We'll be releasing out the form soon. So Shorim will be helping you and guiding you throughout the process. He'll be helping you in creating the UI and all the ideas for the apps and everything. You can hit him up even if he's not available on the. If you're not able to attend the sessions, he's available on Discord. We have other people as well on Discord who will be helping you throughout the session, throughout the event. Any doubts, and it'll be quite helpful to you for you since you are into Android, you want to go for Android or not.
So yeah, I actually read a question. So someone is asking, should I go in designing with XML or Compose? So the thing is that Compose is the newer thing and it is intuitive. Okay, in XML you will not get the gist that you are creating a UI. The UI, there will be a lot of boilerplate code. You will have to, for example, let's just take a small example. Suppose that you are creating a text view in Android in XML, and you are using that same text view with that same, all the attributes are same, the text size, the text color, the background. Now if you are using it in different places, in different activities, so you will have to copy that portion of the code again and again and again. What happens in Compose is that you create that piece of code in a function, in a Kotlin function, and then you can call that Kotlin function everywhere, so you don't have to copy your code again and again. It really reduces the boilerplate code. So I think you should go with Compose. You should also learn XML, because XML and Compose, the main advantage of Compose is that they both can work interchangeably and interconnected. You can use a composable UI inside of an XML UI, or an XML UI inside of a composable UI. So that is a big advantage of Jetpack Compose. So you should know how to build UI with XML, but you should now be, converting it, or migrating to Jetpack Compose. I think that that must have satisfied you. Any other questions, guys?
Any other doubts about and compose camps or
Anything Android, Compose,
anything about
Jetpack,
Android? Any questions from short?
Java, Kotlin?
And for the compose camps, you'll be working on you'll be building your own app. Shorin will be guiding you throughout the event, throughout the month. Or
Yeah, the controversial question. I was surprised no one asked it. Flutter or Kotlin? I don't think we have the Flutter lead right now, right?
like we have Flutter lead, Rajat is not.
No, he's not present, right?
He's not present here.
Yeah, so I can openly criticize Flutter right now.
Okay, no.
So yeah, what happened in Flutter? For example, if someone is not familiar with it, Flutter is a cross platform development, right? So in Flutter, we can develop applications for both iOS and native Android. So at first, it must look that yeah, it's really good, better than Android. But these things are these things are uh, specific to the use case. The Android native is in the market because it has some use cases. Otherwise, it would have been extinct a long time ago. So in Flutter, for example, we have you must know first that how Flutter works. In Flutter, we have different plugins. Okay, using those plugins, we build an application. The problem is that those plugins are written in the native Android or native iOS using Swift or Kotlin, and the what a plugin does is it converts your Dart code into those Kotlin codes for the Android OS to understand it. Now, the shortcoming is that in a plugin, you cannot customize it. What Flutter provides you is an advantage that you can create one application for two platforms. But the disadvantage, the shortcoming is that you don't have customization. You cannot customize as much as you can in Android native. In Android native, you can literally do anything, whatever you want. Like we'll talk about it. Obviously, I don't really want to go into the technicalities, but in Android native, you have full customization because you are directly working with the OS. Whereas in Flutter, you are using plugins. They are working as a mediating layer between the OS and your code. So that is one thing. But yeah, it depends on your use case. If you are building uh, an application for a startup, it doesn't really need to be that much customized. You can surely go with Flutter, but Android native is better if you are a big tech company. Yeah, so
And as for Java and Kotlin, like it's on your preference only. Java is a bit old school. You'll have to work quite a code for it, but it's quite easy to understand as well. Kotlin is also easy to understand. It's on you if you want to go into Java or Kotlin. Shorim, what about you? What do you think?
yeah. So see, the thing about, we can all agree that Java is the mabap of languages of object oriented programming. Okay, Java has revolutionized the development world. Now, when it comes to Java versus Kotlin, the main feature of Kotlin is that it can also be used interchangeably with Java. For example, you can create a class in Java and instantiate the same class in Kotlin. Okay, the code works interchangeably. So you can have one Android application in which a Kotlin and a Java a programmer are working together. So that is the thing. What happens is Java, if you want to learn OOPS, if you want to go into the deep concept of OOPS, Java is really good for that. Okay, you can see things happen in Java. For example, you are declaring the object type in Java by yourself, int, string, or any object type, for example. But in Kotlin, you simply use var. It does things automatically. If I suggest you, you should start object-oriented programming in Java, but in Android, Kotlin is must because this is the industry norm. Recently, all major all of the companies, I guess, they are shifting to Kotlin. They're migrating their code to Kotlin. So yeah.
One more question about Compose and Examine. Like, sure, you will take it.
Yeah. Does Composer XML have any difference in relevance in the market? So the main thing about if you're going on to the market, the thing is that if you go on to the Stack Overflow, you will get a lot of resources for XML. Okay, if you want to achieve a particular thing, there will be a lot of answers, codes which you can copy paste simply from XML. So XML is resource rich because it has been there for a while. Okay, 10 more than a decade XML has been here. But Jetpack Compose is a really new feature. So currently people are not rushing to migrate to Compose, but yeah, it will be Google just last year around November released the first stable version of Jetpack Compose. So it is really new thing. But as they say, if you should get on the train early. So Compose is in its initial phase, so you should learn Compose. This is the future. Obviously in the future people are gonna, XML is not gonna work. So yeah, XML, this is the market relevance of both of those.
Java can be used in Android. It's used in some web apps as
Yeah.
well. And for object-oriented programming, Java is quite useful because you don't have the concept of pointers, so it's quite easy to understand. So Java is used in quite a lot of languages. Development as well.
Java is basically developed for development only. The creators of Java have kept in mind the development thing. Okay, that is why Java doesn't have pointers, operator overloading, multiple inheritance. These things complicate our development process for any application, be it front end or back end. So that is why Java is mainly our development language, and it depends on the framework you are using. For example, people just say Android, but you must understand what is Android. There are, basically three things: the Android operating system on which your application runs, the Android Studio, which is the IDE you are using to create an Android application, and the third thing is the Android framework, which is the set of libraries, the Gradle builds, everything which creates an application. Okay, so for example, if you are using an Android framework, yeah, Java is creating an Android application. If you are using some other framework, Java might be used in a backend. It just depends on the framework. Nothing is language specific. We can actually use Objective C to create Android applications. There are frameworks existing for that. So it mainly depends on the framework, not the language. Yeah,
Any
any
other
other
questions?
query? Yeah. Anything,
So
guys?
moving on, let's continue.
Yeah.
So like, if you haven't still joined our our club, if you want to become a part of GDSC, Bhavya will be sharing his screen right now. Like you can go to our community, Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology, and join us. Just you have to mention your domains and your name and your Gmail ID, and that's all you want. That's all required.
So, guys, any
Till then, if you have any other questions, like I guess he's got stuck or something like that. Till then, if you have any other doubts
hello,
or queries you want to ask,
hello.
there are going to be events related to web development for sure. But before we plan some events, if you have some doubts about whether we're planning to contribute to the community or you have your own ideas, you can talk to our web leads, Sahil and Isha. They'll be helping you out in that. They are
Yes,
also
for
planning
starter,
their
there
own
will be the
competitions and working
development.
on their own teams. So they'll be helping you, and if you want to help them, that's a great thing. They are open to talk to you.
And yeah,
Anything else?
Viral, so you asked the question regarding the Web3 meetup. अभी यही कह सकते हैं कि अभी चुप है. Let's see where the future holds. Yeah, but be active on the Discord, okay?
Any other doubts? Anything else? Any doubts for Isha, for Sahil, for our ML lead? And for the meetups, like you were asking about the meetups are going to be there. We are planning all the meetups. We're planning to call some speakers. There are going to be speakers, and we'll be taking sessions. And if you want some offline meetups with the team, we just ping us up. We'll plan something according to that as well. So just stay updated. We'll be sharing some exciting information soon.
Yeah, also like during the last tenure, most of the things were online. So, but like in this tenure, we'll be focusing on offline. So it will be more engaging for all of us.
More engagement, like if you're into something, like if you're into web and if you're into web3, like, and you have some doubts on how to start with web3, so Navid is your guy. He'll be helping you out. He'll be providing you a roadmap for web3. And as it same goes for web, if you want to go for the front end part or the back end part, or you want to go for full stack, we have the members for that. Because Android, like compose camps are made stable and they're actually working on that. That's why Android is quite interesting now, because it's the beginning stage and they're working on it. So you get to get more opportunities for that.
Guys, attend the sessions. You will get to know how Android is interesting then. Well, you'll get a gist of it. You should attend the sessions, even if you are not into Android. Having knowledge in different domains is really good. So yeah.
And for that also, you don't have to have a prior knowledge in Java or Kotlin. We'll be teaching you everything from scratch. Shorem is also going to help. I'll be also there to help you and guide you in anything. So you don't have to have a prior knowledge in anything. If you are a beginner, if you want to learn Android, do join the sessions. They are going to be quite insightful for you. What will be the frequency? See, the frequency we haven't decided like this. It should be a fast-paced one, but it's a 1 month program. You will be working with the Google Code Labs. You will be working on Google Code Labs. You will be provided with a pathway where you'll be following how to build your own app. It will be taught in Kotlin. So along with that, Shawnee will be helping you in how to work on Kotlin, because since you are quite into the beginning stage, so he'll be guiding you with Android Studios and how to work with it and how to create your own app. So it's going to be a 1 month program, and we'll be having a frequent sessions with us to clear your doubts and help you move forward. Yes, I think our cloud mentor Ajay, he's working on this. He is into Linux and he's into open source quite a lot. So I feel like he has worked with this. So if you have any doubts, I like is Ajay present here? So if you have any doubts, just ping him on Discord. He'll be there for you. He'll be clearing your doubts on that. Any other queries? Any queries? Any questions? Just ask about, like, if you want to know about ML. Dhruv is also into deep learning. He is into ML as well. So if you have any queries on that, you can ask about that. And they're all available on Discord, and they are in the WhatsApp groups as well. So if you have doubts, just message them, just ping them, and they'll be clearing your doubts. They are all available for your doubts. How to get started with ML? Suraj, are you there?
Well, I'm always there for ML.
Definitely. So how to
Okay.
get started with ML?
So how to get started with ML? Uh, ML base. So you'll need to understand that there are multiple languages that can be used even for ML, but the most popular ones are Python and R. Python being used more than R. Uh, so first you'll need to learn Python, which is really easy. You can just learn it in like 2 months or something. And then for machine learning, there are plenty of courses on Udemy. There are plenty of free resources available on YouTube as well. I can recommend you some if you want specific links for something, and then you can pick a niche in ML as well. So there is deep learning, and in deep learning there is natural language processing. There is computer vision. So yeah, there's a lot. And if you want, as I said earlier, if you want something specific, you can hit me up on LinkedIn, Discord, or, well, if you have any doubts, you can probably get my number from someone. So yeah.
If you want a proper roadmap on ML, Suraj can provide you with that. And and if you're into deep learning as well, like you go into ML and you want some suggestions on deep learning, we have Dhruv for that. He is into deep learning and he'll be guiding you in that. Any other doubts and queries, anything? Sure.
Yeah, I'll suggest you. There are many courses on Udemy, but I will be suggesting Ray Vanderlich. It is a bit expensive, a German guy, but his courses are really good, and most importantly, he's not spoon feeding you. So, unlike the Indian educators, no offense, they are not spoon feeding, and you will explore it yourself. So yeah, it is a bit expensive, but you should go for Ray Vanderlich. I can give you the link if you want.
So
And
yeah, one more quick
quite a
tip.
good YouTubers as well for like Android.
Yeah,
For beginning stage,
just one thing. For YouTube also, I got there is a guy coding with Mitch. You can YouTube him. He's really popular. He has his own website, paid courses also, and free courses also. So for YouTube, you can go coding with Mitch, and if you want a paid course, Ray Vanderlich. Yeah, you can take it.
and for Android, you just have to learn the basics and then just go for some topics for good web dev courses. Sort of.
So yeah, according to me, web dev course is not needed. Okay, so what you all can do is you can first learn HTML and CSS from YouTube. Okay, so you have to get a gist of it. I would rather suggest a course for learning JavaScript. Okay, so for example, there are some courses on Udemy of, like, it's Jonas Schmidtman, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
Jonas Midman.
Uh,
He's good. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
his JavaScript course is very good. Okay, so I personally learned from that course. Okay, so after that, you just start on making, some projects, like some sample projects, based on your understanding. Okay, so because I have seen that in some courses, they teach you HTML and CSS a lot. Okay, which is not that much necessary, and there are some there are frameworks. Okay, so आप उस चीज में भी आप ट्राई कर सकते हो. ठीक है. सो इसके लिए वैसे जो पॉपुलर कोर्स मैंने देखा हुआ है, जैसे वो एंजिला यू का था. ओके, देयर आर सम आल्सो कोर्सेज एट कोर्स अराउंड, उन सब में भी है. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, प्लीज़ डोंट टेक अ कोर्स. ओके, आप अपने आप एक तरीके से सीखो. उस पे थोड़े से एक सैम्पल प्रोजेक्ट्स आप सर्च कर लीजिए. ठीक है, आप वो प्रोजेक्ट्स पे फोकस करिए, उनको थोड़ा थोड़ा डेवलप करिए. थोड़ी जैसे आपको जो भी दिक्कतें आती रहें, आप बेसिक CRUD ऑपरेशन से स्टार्ट करो. ठीक है, CRUD इज क्रिएट, अपडेट, डिलीट. फिर आप थोड़ा सा बैकएंड पे जाओ, और फिर उसके साथ साथ थोड़ा डॉक्स पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो. ठीक है, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, ये एक एक ऐसा जो पाथ आप फॉलो करते हो, वो थोड़ा सा सही रहेगा. आपको सारी चीज़ें खुद से ही पता चलेंगी. ठीक है, कोर्सेज, आई personally don't, sup- support
I'd
that.
also like to add something there. So let's say you learn the basic as Saurabh suggested from Jonas Stillman or anyone. Then after that, try to read docs. I know it's hard for beginner to read
Yeah,
docs, but try to read docs. You'll learn. You won't learn if you don't understand. Just hit us up. We'll tell you how to learn. Right. So learning how to learn is also a bit important. So you can hit us anytime, and we'll make you understand that how do you read docs and how do you implement in real life. If you run
yeah.
behind courses, you'll learn the way they learn. You won't
It's
create
like
your own thing.
at some point of time you have to start reading docs. आपको documentations पढ़नी आनी चाहिए, because कोई भी चीज़ नहीं आएगी या फिर कोई भी चीज़ ऐसी जो चीज़ आपको ऑटोमेटिकली कहीं यूट्यूब पे इम्प्लीमेंटेड नहीं मिल रही है, आप तो एट द एंड आपको वो चीज़ें खुद ही इम्प्लीमेंट करनी पड़ेंगी, एंड दोज थिंग्स डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस में उनके फंक्शंस और उनके जो इनबिल्ट लाइब्रेरीज और वो सब होता है, उन सब का डेटा होता है। तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पढ़ने की एक जो होती है कि एक आदत होनी चाहिए। तो अभी इनिशियल फेजेस में मुश्किल लग सकता है, तो आप थोड़ा सा आप उस चीज़ को, जैसे आपने यूट्यूब पे सर्च कर लिया, स्टैक ओवरफ्लो पे सर्च कर लिया, आपको थोड़े से आंसर्स मिल गए, बट उसके बाद थोड़ा थोड़ा अगर हम डॉक्स से भी इंफॉर्मेशन ग्रैब करेंगे, अपने सोल्यूशन ग्रैब करेंगे, तो इट विल बी अ मेजर हेल्प, ग्रेट हेल्प।
And like as like one of you asked, the pathways on Android websites are good for beginners. Like they're quite thorough and quite easy to understand as well. So they'll be guiding you on how to build the whole app, how to start with Android Studio, then how to work on it. So for a beginner, that the pathways are quite helpful and quite easy to understand. Like so that's what you should do. Like if you're into beginning stage of Android pathways in the code labs are quite helpful. Anything else?
So I like to add on to Meg's question as सौरभ एंड ईशा ऑलरेडी आंसर्ड। भाई कोई नीड नहीं है कोई कोर्स खरीदने की, कोई पैसा खर्चने की कोई नीड नहीं है। बेटर तू यूट्यूब पे जा, एक दो तीन चैनल है, फ्री कोड कैंप है, तीन चार चैनल
या
है। तो अगर तेरे सही में करिकुलम चाहिए, ये कोड कैंप की वेबसाइट पर जा, सब कुछ बना बनाया है, वो करिकुलम फॉलो कर ले, थोड़ा बहुत आगे बढ़, कोई कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता। यू डोंट नीड टू स्पेंड इवन अ सिंगल buck on any thing to learn। हम और वो डॉक्स तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा यार। जैसे ही स्विच करेगा रिएक्ट वगैरह इन सब पे, वो तो फिर सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर पाएगा डॉक्यूमेंट।
JS mastery is good, but like that's only projects, right? He doesn't teach you like how to think or something. So I would recommend not to depend too much on JS mastery. Beginners के लिए ठीक है, but for intermediate, I don't think that's. Free code camp is like really great for anyone. Right? Awesome.
Any other doubts? Any questions for any of the leads? Like on web, on Android, on blockchain, on cloud? Yes, it's quite easy to switch into between Java and Kotlin. Even Android studios provide you with an option. Like if you're working in Java and you want to switch into Kotlin, you can do that. So like because they're quite similar as well, so you won't be in a trouble to switch between them. So you can work with both Java and Kotlin side by side. Anything else? Any questions? Any questions for Shaurya, for Suraj, for me, for Bhavya?
Today, I like to add on something. So you guys are aware that we use Discord for this community the most. So a quick hack for you all: if you want to reach out to any one of us, just remember to tag us while in that message. ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि नोटिफिकेशन बंद होती है हमारी। If you will tag us, then we will get to know कि like भाई तुमने हमसे पूछे क्या पूछा, right?
So, like most of your questions have been answered here, but if you have any other doubts related to any specific topic or any specific language or development course, just ping us on Discord. We're all available on Discord, and if you want to connect with us on LinkedIn, we're there as well. So we'll be ending up the session here. And if you want if you want to know anything, if you want to talk to us about anything, just ping us on Discord or LinkedIn. We'll be happy to talk to you. That's it from our side. Thank you for joining. We'll be meeting you soon. We'll be starting with Android study jams. The first session is on 16th. We'll be releasing the form soon. So do apply for that, do RSVP for that because they're going to be quite informative. We'll be helping you out throughout the program. The pathways are quite easy to understand, so it's quite beneficial for you to start with Android because compose is going to be the new thing. I feel. So thank you for joining, everybody. We are ending the session. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Everyone, good luck to all.
And you can ask your questions on our Android channel. We'll be ending this session because it's quite long now. So just ask your questions, ping Shorem or me on Discord. We'll be clearing it out. And no, there isn't any prerequisite required for Android study jams, specifically the compose camps do not require any prerequisites. We'll be guiding you through Android how to download Android Studio as well, so you don't have to worry about that. The sessions which we will be taking are going to be quite informative. So no prerequisites. Just join the sessions. That all we expect from you. That's all we expect. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you.